Welcome to the AI4EU Cafe today. Very happy that you are joining us. As always, we are waiting for the participants to join. And I'm very happy. Next to me is Joachim today, Joachim Köhler from Fraunhofer, which I will, of course, introduce very soon. But thank you, Joachim, for being here. Hello. And you come today to the live presentation called The Publication Process and the AI Resource Catalogue of the AI4EU Platform. And my name is Carmen McWilliams, and I'm the moderator and organizer of this cafe. And I'm the director of the company of Grassroots Arts and partner in this European project called AI4EU. As always, take notice that the session will be recorded. You can find the recordings of all cafe sessions on a link to go to Stagecom, which I can send you. Just drop me an email. I send you this link again. You can see it on the presentation. Please, no confidential information shall be shared in this cafe session. And in this cafe, the speaker express his or her personal view and opinion. This is not necessarily the official AI4EU project opinion. So I'm very happy again to everybody who joins today. And what is the AI4EU Cafe about? The web cafe is public and offers a series of live web sessions on AI on nearly weekly basis, also every Wednesday at 3 p.m., except holidays or other exceptions. Please join us in our online cafe to gain insights into the European AI scene, share knowledge and experiences, and meet stakeholders from various areas of AI research. So, and this is an interactive session, as you always know. In the moment, we have already 43 participants here in the cafe, plus Joachim and me. And Joachim will present live, and after there's this Q&A session. On the right side, you find a panel, and there is chat and questions. You can, during the presentation, type in your questions, and after Joachim's live presentation, I will read your question to Joachim. If you really want, you can also raise your hand, and I can give you the mic. This is also possible. I will see that you raise your hand, but this all happens at the end in the Q&A session. So back to our speaker today. Again, I'm very happy you're here, Joachim. Dr. Joachim Köhler, he received his diploma and engineering degree in communication engineering from the RWTH Aachen and Munich University of Technology in 1992 and 2000, respectively. In 1993, he joined the realization group of ICSI in Berkeley, in US, where he investigated robust speech processing algorithms. From 94 until 99, he worked in speech group of the Research and Development Center of the Siemens AG in Munich in Germany. The topic of his PhD thesis is multilingual speech recognition and acoustic phone modeling. Since 1999, he is with Fraunhofer IAIS in St. Augustin, Germany, and head of the Department of Net Media. The research focus of net media lies in the area of multimedia indexing and search methods and applications. His current research interests include pattern recognition, machine deep learning, speech recognition, spoken document, multimedia retrieval, and cloud-based multimedia information architecture. He was recently technical coordinator of the European IP project Link TV. Now he acts as technical manager in our current AI4EU project, building a European AI on-demand platform. That's where we are hearing more about soon. Finally, he leads the Speaker project, a speech assistant platform made in Germany. So again, welcome Joachim. Now I spoke enough. I will hand now over the mic and the moderation to you. I will change it now. And I think you will now be able to open your PowerPoint. I shortly say that in Joachim's presentation today, he will give an overview about the publication process and the catalog of the AI4EU platform. So Joachim, it's you. It's your show. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. So yeah, it's an honor for me to give a presentation here. First time that I'm here in this GoToWebinar in the web cafe of AI4U. And I will talk today about our AI4U projects and, of course, mainly, as you hopefully see, about the publication process of AI resources into our platform. So, I've basically 4 parts in my presentation. So first, I will give a short introduction to Fraunhofer so that you have an idea where I come from, where I work for. Then I will say a few words about the AI4U platform. I assume that not all of you have a deep understanding what the AI4U platform is about, and I think it's important to take the opportunity to describe a little bit more what we have in mind with the AI4U platform. And then, of course, the publication process. So the publication process means that we really want to receive and distribute many AI resources for the community. And so I will show you the concept more on the PowerPoint slide level. And of course, later on, so if you have enough time, I would give you a demonstration how the publication process works in reality. It's implemented, so we have already several tens of AI resources collected in the platform. And so that are the 4 topics I would like to address in the next 35 minutes. So let's start a few slides about Fraunhofer, just so that you're aware what is my context for. So Fraunhofer is a well-known applied research organization located in Germany in many places. So Fraunhofer has currently 26,000 employees, 72 institutes. Most of the income of the funding comes from contract research, which is now almost 2.6 billion euro. So, and Fraunhofer is a very distributed organization, headquartered in Munich. We are located here in the red circle, St. Augustin, which is close to Bonn. I think it's easier to understand that it's close to Cologne, where Carmen also is located. And we are here now in this close to this beautiful castle. You see Schloss Birlinghofen, Castle Birlinghofen. So here we have 3 Fraunhofer institutes with 800 researchers. So the main competence of all 3 institutes are topics around artificial intelligence. The institutes are Fraunhofer IAS, Fraunhofer FIT, Fraunhofer SKY, Fraunhofer SIT, and we collaborate with many universities which are nearby. And our institute, the IAS, is working mainly on machine learning, on big data, on AI, and so we do a lot of projects, of course, and we help the German industry in this digital transformation process with cutting-edge research and also implementation. So currently there are 280 scientists here on the campus, and we have also a new campus from Fraunhofer S in Dresden. And you can imagine now that the topic of AI is requested by the industry a lot, so we are growing. So now come to our project AI4U, and I think it's not only a project, it's also the realization of a vision. And you are aware that I think there's strong competition in the world about AI, and now the question is, of course, how Europe can react and how Europe can bring this topic forward in this worldwide competition. And one idea is really to overcome the fragmentation of AI. So in Europe, we have many excellent research organizations. We have many companies, especially small, medium-sized company. In German, we call it Mittelstand. Yeah, so medium-sized companies which drive the economy. So we don't have in Germany or in Europe companies like Google or Amazon, but we have many smaller companies, and they also want to have access to AI technologies. And the idea and the vision of the Commission is with the AI4EU platform to have one central point where AI experts come together. So personally, so like today, yeah, but also that tools and expertise comes together at one place in a virtual world on a platform. That's a new instrument. That platforms are a powerful instrument to scale up and to bring different stakeholders together. And that's the idea of AI4EU. And in the next slide, you see it a little bit more concrete. So we have the brilliant research landscape with many universities working on AI with excellent research labs across Europe. So we have tens, hundreds of European AI projects. We have PhD candidates and so on. And that on the right side, we have the industry, the innovation areas, large industry, SMEs, regions which want to foster AI technology. We have many startups. And of course, the idea is to bring these two worlds together, and the platform is a medium to bring these two worlds together and to provide communication, collaboration. I think that's the main keyword here, to enable collaboration between research and innovation world, and that's the platform about. And we have, of course, because it's a complex mission, it's a complex project also, so we have to consider several stakeholders in the project. So the research communities, which is more or less active also in the European projects, but also the developers, which are maybe not completely experts in AI, but they want to use it as tool, as framework to develop applications. And of course, companies have to, in this transformation process, they have to apply AI and to build new products or to enhance products they already have to be more competitive. And so our aim is to bridge the gap between this research and innovation cycle and to create business. And then now the platform. We have different elements in the platform. I don't know if you have already registered to the AI4EU platform. If not, please do this after my talk immediately. And we have different pieces in the platform. So it's not just for one purpose. It has several aspects of the platform. So we have a very good collaborative area, so where you can start discussions, where you can contact people. I think already now, so roughly 2,000 registered users are on the platform. So every week we get many new users. So we have a very good information channel. So we deliver many news about AI. And we are also working on a very technical part of the platform, which is the experiment area. So probably we will also talk maybe in next month also about this, how to run real experiments in the AI platform. But one very important part of the platform is I call it App Store, or the repository or catalog of the platform, which contains the AI resources which are offered to users of the platform for testing, for building applications, and so on, and for do collaboration. And with these ingredients, let's see. So here's a more detailed view of the platform with more services. So the platform has many facets, many functionalities. very extended service layer. So I don't go in details, but of course you see the complexity of the platform. It's not so easy to build such complex system in a European project, but we are in a very good position now. We are in a very good process to do that. And now I really jump into the front end of the platform, which looks like this. So you see already here the different areas of the platform. So we have this collaboration area, we have this ecosystem area, news area about ethics, and we have an area about AI resources. And this is quite new. So we have released this end of January, so 5 weeks ago. No, that's not true. Mid-February, 19th of February. We released this new functionality, so it's brand new. And you see here 3 different areas. So we explain here in a more animated and textual way the AI4EU publication process. Then, of course, you have access to the resource catalog, so you can browse and look for AI tools and resources which you are interested in. And of course, you can publish your AI resource. You can give it to the community, not for free. I will explain this in detail later. But this is one important area of the AI4EU platform. And now I would like to go in more details. So the publication process has some policy, and we want to have this publication process in a quite open and transparent way. And it's also more important that it's community-based. It's a community-based process, so we cannot control it completely. So we will leave it a little bit open to the community. So on the input level, so that we are happy if research organization or companies deliver their AI resource, but also the rating and the quality control should be also realized by the community, because we assume that we have in the near future a lot of AI resources included, and this is not, it's not possible that we do it in the quality control in the project, so it will be more a community-based process. But also we want to achieve that the AI resources are of high quality, so that they can more or less used directly also in applications for doing more application-like tasks. And the vision and goal of this AI4EU platform in this area is that we really deliver a one-stop shop of European AI resources, and that especially SMEs or business companies can have access to these AI resources and can reuse it in their applications. And how should this look like? And maybe before I go into the process, I would like to show you or give you an overview which kind of AI resources we have in mind and which AI applications we have in mind. And one important sentence at the beginning is that we don't want to consider only machine learning models or deep learning models. The topic of AI is much wider, and there's also a longer definition of AI. So the high-level expert group, which you are probably aware, have made a very good definition of AI, and it has several, contains several aspects. And with a research categories which you find on the left side, which of course also a little bit overlapping, but this should give you an impression. So which categories we want to see in our AI4EU platform here. So starting from explainable AI, but also computational logic, computer vision, so where we have probably many tools in Europe, decision support systems, planning systems, speech modules, probabilistic models, and so on. So we have a lot of categories, and of course we want to open a little bit wider so that it's not only machine learning, which is now the I would say, hype of AI, but we want to go also to new frontiers here and to see also other kind of tools. On the right, in the right area of this slide, you see the application areas, and at the end, AI is used in all industrial domains, from agriculture to ambient intelligence. There's no area which is not interested in AI, and it's of course good to say how your AI resource can be used if it's possible, and so we have a large scope of application areas. And then our real challenge is now so that the publication process is somehow balanced between quality and openness. So if you say that we want to allow every AI resource, then it can happen that the quality of several AI resources is low. And if we want to achieve a very high quality, a lot of metadata, the barriers of providing an AI resources may be high, and we have to balance this a little bit. And but it's really important that we have also a curation process, so that we avoid garbage publications into the platform, so that people coming to the platform are sure that the tools and AI resources which are in the platform have a good quality and can be used in a practical way. So, and the other design principle of our publication process is that we have also a scoring mechanism. So the scoring and rating mechanism is important to get an impression which AI resource is of higher value and is accepted by the community. And this rating mechanism should be quite transparent, of course. And we also develop, so that, but here we are at the beginning, some automatic tools which makes this quality assurance. And then again, what I said before, the community is an important stakeholder in this process. So the community, so basically you have the opportunity to rate and to qualify an AI resource. And there are, of course, different roles in the publication process. So we have the AI resource provider. That's the organization which say, I have a very good AI resource, a good data set, a good AI tool. I want to give it to the platform, make it available. And I hope, and of course, the AI resource provider has the opportunity that people can find this tool and use it in other contexts. And then we have the AI resource reviewer, so that's the validators of the AI resource review process. So this is currently established. So we are in the process building this review process in more detail. This is not fully implemented yet, but this will come soon. And then, of course, we have the community, the users, which are then downloading an AI resource. And the important question is, of course, what type do we mean when I'm talking about AI resource? AI resource can be many things, of course, and I would like to be a little bit more concrete now. So we have on one hand AI models. This can be a neural network, a knowledge graph, yeah, a model more or less. Then we have, of course, Docker containers. So Docker containers are now very prominent. People like to work with Docker containers because you can deploy on several environments. But then, of course, we also accept application executables, then Jupyter notebooks, and of course, data sets. Also, we are interested in data sets which can be used by other partners. So these 5 AI resources are already implemented or are already supported in the publication process and in the catalog. And upcoming soon, yeah. So we will also support as a service, an AI resource as a service, so that you can use a service which is running somewhere in the cloud, and also libraries. Also, this will be supported in the near future. And the last point is so we don't have now a GitLab or GitHub functionality yet, but this is also under discussion, and maybe with a new project which will come up soon, 4849. ICT 4849, maybe this will be implemented. So, and here you see the publication process as a process, yeah. So there's a AI resource provider, maybe you, and you go to the website, which I will show later, and then you provide a lot of metadata, and so you have to also upload your artifact. So the artifact must be available. So, and then you do the request for validation and publication. Then it will be submitted. Then the review will be done by some experts. So we do more formal validation if the documentation is available, if the artifact can be downloaded, and so on and so on. And then the validators will accept or reject this publication. You will also receive an initial score, so that you have an idea how well you have done this publication process. If you have provided all required information, you will receive a feedback to make it to optimize it, or to know if you're successful with that. And then if your AI resource is accepted, it will be published, and then it will be available in the catalog, and other people can see it, can use it, and then the community process is started, and the community can rate your AI resource, the quality of your AI resource, give you feedback, can ask you a question, and then it is in use. So that's the process. As I said, so we released mid of February this new functionality. So the validation process is still under development, but we have already selected or integrated several AI resources in a more manual way. But I think it's now important that we see already AI resources on the platform. I show you this now still here in the in a PowerPoint mode. So you see then the catalog, yeah. So you have a top list, so the top AI resources which are uploaded and which are made available. For example, you see a tool from Democritus, a text mining tool with the name Elegon. You see some other tools, and then you can go into more details. And of course, you can use the search area of the platform, which leads you to the AI resource you are looking for. You have different filter mechanism. You can look for specific types, for specific research categories, application areas, and then you get a list. And at the beginning, we have now roughly 25, 27 AI resources on the platform after 2 weeks. But we are very confident that we will have several, that we will have quite soon several hundred, and then an intelligent search mechanism and recommendation mechanism is required, that people really find what they are interested in. So, and you see here, for example, an AI resource which I already mentioned, this Elegon from Democritus, from Greece, from Athens. You get then more information, you get some keywords, you get the link to the website where the AI resource is provided. You can download it. You get already some basic information about the license type. So here it's a GNU license, the size, the person to contact, already the initial rating, and the main characteristics. And you see here also in this area the description of the tool, so you have a rough idea what the functionality of the tool is, and here you can click through and get much more information. So that's more the catalog, and here you see the rating, which is a little bit more elaborated here, and of course here you see also the documentation. So you have then access to the uploaded documents like installation guide, user guide, license, and some other information. So now I would like to give you a more concrete example with a tool which we have provided by Fraunhofer. So we have at Fraunhofer developed OCR engine. I would call it more a semantic or in document analytics framework, including an OCR engine and some text pre-processing and post-processing tools, so that you're doing the whole document analytics more with AI technologies. Therefore, we have developed a new way to do this, of course, here with a complex neural network architecture. So it's now available for English, German, French, and you can, of course, also train it, and you can run it on GPUs or CPUs. We have also published this on the ICTA paper, and that's a typical kind of tool. We are expecting a framework which you can use as Docker image, as executable, and this would be the example if I have enough time to show how we would publish it here. And the publication process would start with this kind of menu, but maybe I can go live, but maybe before I go to the live demonstration, maybe I stop here for a moment and ask for questions and ask Carmen if I should wait for the live demonstration. So Carmen, I give back to you.
Yes. Hello, thank you for already introducing the platform, and I don't see any questions in the moment. I have questions, but I can wait because I do see questions. I'm sorry. Yes, I was like, sorry. I see many questions. Oh no. So it's typical Carmen. I have no question. No. So here from Long, please explain more about the rating and scoring of AI resources. This is Long from.
Hey Long. Hey Long, that's a good question. So the concrete algorithm is currently will be implemented, and so we will provide several points. And when you go through the publication process, there are areas which are very important. For example, like information about the IPR, user installation, support information. And so we give specific points for specific areas, and then we sum up these points. And I think I'm not sure if my colleague can answer this in more detail, but the overall score is 5, so we will sum up it to the maximum number of 5, and this depends really on the completeness and quality of the different information areas. So we don't, what we don't make and what we don't rate is a quality of the tool, so how fast it is or how good the recognition rate is. So this is not part of the rating. It's more about the completeness of the description following the scheme of publication.
Okay, thank you. I think this is a good answer. Here comes Bernard Streh. Hello, Bernard. He asked, hello, can you indicate the list of criteria to be used by the AI4EU experts for the publication? Slide number 15. I think it's similar, no? But a bit different. Slide number 15.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so the criteria, as I said before, so requested fields must be filled out, yeah, in a complete way. So we need the artifact, we need the description, we need legal information. So and we have to check if all this information makes sense. So if a person would just type XXX and keep it and leave it empty more or less, we would reject. It's more a validation process if the input makes sense. We don't make the we don't give the feedback that the description is written very well or elaborated perfectly. So if it makes sense, and we go through all mandatory fields of the process, this must the provider have to put information which makes sense and which describes the resource well, this is more these are the criteria.
Thank you. And now more question. Here a question from Peter van der Linden. Dear Joachim, thanks for this presentation. Does the resource qualification process also takes into account support and training?
The question, how I understand this, so we expect that a resource provider will offer also support on a specific level. So there are different levels or different ways of support: commercial support, free support, community support, and this must be described so that the users get the information how support is given. And so that's one part of the question, and the other part of the question of the answer is that of course, if people have questions during the publication process, what they have to do, they can send to AI4EU, to the support hotline, an email, and we will help them. So that's our task, especially so. This is also a topic of AI4EU in the near future. There will be open calls. I'm not sure when they really come up, but in the next month. And if the open calls come and new participants will provide new tools and they are active somehow in the platform, our role is to support them.
Okay, thank you, super. Well, more questions are coming, Joachim. You will never make your live presentation, but I read it. Josep Ramon Moros Rubio, thank you for asking. What about educational resources? Recorded DL courses with material, for instance. Is that interesting for the platform?
So maybe this is a good point where I switch to the online demo.
Yes, I think.
So, yeah.
Questions.
So I take this question as trigger for changing the application.
Yes, I see.
So you see the platform?
Yes, perfect.
So I jumped now to this one. So here, this is the official platform. Maybe I enlarge it a little bit. Maybe that's better. So, and you see here this AI resource catalog, which is here. So, and as I said, so if I now jump to this, so that's now really the live version. So with the tools which are here, and you don't find any educational content here, and this is also the answer for this question. The educational content will be in other areas of the platform. So it's about here, so it will be in this area, in this learning area. So we don't, it's of course that's a question of definition, but we have decided to leave this out, to bring this educational content more in this area and the AI resources more in this catalog area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. One more question, Joachim, or do you want to first present more?
So I would start, because this takes probably too much time, but I would start this publication process to show you a little bit the menu and that you get an impression how it looks like. So I changed now from the production system, which is also possible to do this in the production system, to the development system, so which is here, and then you of course go here to the area publish a resource. So and then you jump to this area. So you see here, so yesterday I did also some publication already. So I did the publication for our Fraunhofer table extraction, which is an AI solution to extract information from a table. And so I can modify this, of course, so and do a post editing of all metadata, but you can also do a publication of a new resource. And of course, then you have to go all through these elements of an AI resource description. and you have to provide a lot of input, and then go through the menu. And due to the, come a little bit the question to you, do we have time enough to do this, or should we?
I would say do it because it's very good to see it once.
So then, for example, so now I would like to do the onboarding, the publication of our Fraunhofer AI OCR engine, and then I would go step by step through. So I would put here the name, version it's 0.9. Then I would copy the description of this, so the short description, the summary. So it takes a few seconds. So to copy this is just 100 character. Fraunhofer OCR software that performs layout analysis and OCR with PDF, and then I would also add keywords which are important for the search engine, so that the search engine is looking for this keyword, and this is for orientation. So I would put this here. Then the next step would be the general description of these, so which is a little bit longer. So I do a little bit copy and paste here. Here, so it's a longer description what this software is doing. It's a Docker container. Then I can have the choice on the technical category. So I would say it's a machine learning toolkit. Business category, I would say mainly this OCR process is mainly used in the area of finance and insurance, so that's at least our main business area at the moment. Asset type, it's a Docker container, and then I have to provide my first name, so Joachim. My last name is Ke, so email. So that's my email address. Fraunhofer IAS website. I take this website, and then is there more coming? No, then I would do save. Yeah, so and then I've already done the first iteration. So then I have to define the architecture. It's a Intel architecture. Then you can of course do more information here. So and then you have to upload the resource, and therefore you have to prepare a zip file. Maybe I can do this now a little bit faster with some let's see, takes a second. So I do this, I have then the OCR, and then this is uploaded, and you can of course also, then here the test OCR zip file is uploaded, so the artifact is provided. You can also upload a picture. So I choose now the picture about the neural network architecture, and also this picture is then uploaded. You can also upload several pictures, but I don't do this now, and then you can do this save. Maybe important here at the moment that the file size of an AI resource is currently 150 megabytes, but this will be increased. And then I have already done the description. And then I have to go through the other areas of the publication process. For example, here's the documentation. So also here, general documentation. So I can also maybe give a technical guide, installation guide, user guide, other documentation. For example, here I would now the conference paper, the ICTA conference paper, and then I would browse again and again, and then I would upload. Where is it? Here is the ICTA paper, which is from the main conference in this area, and again, then we also provide the paper here, and again you do save and you go through this whole process, and I don't do now every step, but this is how it works, and if you have prepared this information quite well, the publication process maybe takes 20 minutes, but of course you have to prepare everything. So documentation, especially if it's not an open source tool and you have your own rights, so your own contracts, you have to prepare a contract. You have also the possibility to give information about performance, about support. This is what was requested before. Here we have different areas of support. So if you says you're providing support, then you have also to choose yes, no, and free support, whatever. And this you have to do step by step. And then at the end, you of course you do the submit button, and then it's published in the process.
Okay.
I think that's
yes.
Otherwise, it goes into many details, but it's easy to use, and of course you get also explanations if you are unsure what to type. Then you get an explanation what information is required, and then you get some help and some guidance to provide the right information.
Thank you.
I think that's it.
Thank you, Aachen, for speeding. Yes, thank you very much. And even though I'm a partner in this project, I'm now taking the role as the moderator, and I will ask a question if, in my case, I'm an SME as well as many others. And this is also a question which I got from the public, from Guozion Han. Do I have to be a registered user to publish the resource? And is it then free for me? Like, I'm not a partner. I'm an organization outside of the consortium.
Yeah, very good question. I mean, of course, to get access to this area, you must be a registered user. So if you're not registered, you don't come to this area which I show here in the official. So you have to but you don't have to be member of AI4EU. So I mean, that's AI4EU is only the enabler of this. So of course we are very much interested in partner outside AI4EU, and and of course, so if you now go to the catalog and you're looking now for a text mining tool, so I know this a little bit better. So and you say, well, I need a multilingual cross-platform text mining tool for annotation for NLP. Then you read here the license information. So wonderful, and then you can start to download and use it directly. Yeah, and if it's commercial, so our tools are from Fraunhofer a little bit more commercial, so they are attached with license agreements. Finally, then of course you have to consider this, and but you can use it. So if it's it depends on the license.
Okay.
Just on the license.
Okay.
But
so
if you're users, you have complete access.
Yeah, you said before in your presentation, it's a one-stop shop of Europeans' AI resources. That's the idea, the vision, and that means like you can also sell. No, you can sell your resources.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can offer it. It really depends if you find customers and users.
It's really it will become also a marketplace. I mean, at the moment, the negotiation. So at the moment, the platform is only the bridge between the provider and the user. So the negotiations and the conditions must be clarified between the two partners. But it's the place where people look for AI tools, where they go. So I personally think it's a very good place to bring your resources to, if you are interested. That's a community, that's a market is looking for this, and so it's a kind of marketplace. But again, so we are at the beginning of this process. So the complete business model, if the platform also do the contract negotiations at the end, this is not realized. So, but we offer everything which is published under this publication process is visible and available over this platform.
Okay. So again, there's still some space for questions. I have one, it was from earlier, so I'm sorry if it was from Kai Salmela. Hi Kai. He says and asks, this resembles some national AI libraries. Do you have collaboration with the national libraries?
With the national libraries? So maybe, you mean real libraries or AI consortia? So I'm not sure. So with the libraries, not. I mean, no, not really. I mean, we had in the past project with a German National Library, and yeah, but not on this topic. Yeah, so they provide content more on in the publication area of books and fictions and whatever and papers, but maybe this is an idea to discuss with them if they're interested in this, but no, not yet. Good idea.
Just if there's more to say, please write to us, Kai. And I have a question now. What is the plan to get more? I mean, the idea is to get more SMEs interested. What are the plans? How you think we can, make animate more companies to use the platform who are not yet in the consortium?
Yeah, I think that's one of the next big issues for this initiative and the project. I think the project at the moment has a lot of responsibility to do further developments and many things to do, but of course we have to include more the SMEs, and one instrument is the instrument of the open calls, and there will be several. I mean, you're probably aware there's now this ICT 49 call ongoing. And here I have the impression that many SMEs are interested to participate. And then we have to bring it to the SME-like communities more, to the digital innovation hubs. So we are in close collaboration, for example, with AI in North Rhine-Westphalia, so in our region. So we are in close collaboration with Applied AI in Munich. And here we have to bring this information more to the SMEs network. Currently, I would say, because it's a European project, an ICT project, so most of the partners are coming more from the research area, even if they work for big companies in the research departments or at Fraunhofer. But I think one of the next steps is really to activate the digital innovation hubs with these platform, and to explain the use of the platform to SMEs networks, and this will take time, yeah. But of course now we have something running, and the development team has this done very well. So now it's time to broadcast and to disseminate this more to the SME networks.
Thank you. This is also the ending question, as time is running, and I always promise to stay in the time frame. So if there are more questions, please send them to me or to Joachim, and always you're welcome. And also there's a recording of this session, and you can anytime have this link. It's now that I changed the moderation back to me. So Joachim, you will be, you cannot move your presentation anymore. I am now back, and I want to take this last moment of your attention to announce the next cafe. And of course, the cafe is also a medium to get people interested into the platform. And so you can also spread the invitation to the cafe. The next live cafe session will be next Wednesday at 3 p.m. And this time the title is Hybrid AI Suited for Hybrid Threats. Lessons from Cyberspace Analysis. The speaker is Valentina Dragos. She is from ONERA, the French aerospace lab in France. And again, if you have ideas for new speakers, new topics for the cafe, write me, and here's also again the link to the recording. Soon we will have also the recording of this session there. And if you want to not be informed anymore, you can also just contact me. And you see my email down there. And again, we will also open a YouTube channel. We are in the process where we will then also publish the recorded sessions. It's not yet up, but it will also come. So more and more will happen with the platform and the communication. Please stay tuned. And now again, thank you, Joachim. And thank you all the participants. And please come back next week and please stay in contact. So thank you. Bye-bye. And bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Carmen. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.